Hello everyone, this is the first of a couple of commentaries we're doing today, and it is for Battle of the Motherfucking Bone.
Otherwise known as Battle of I have no idea how Belfast is laid out.
This is very inaccurate to Belfast geography. Then again, it's very inaccurate to a lot of things.
Oh, I remember the old theme.
I'm bringing that theme back. Series 7, I'm bringing that theme back.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. Most people don't like it, but I like it.
Fair enough.
But, this is directed by George Clark, who in the non-cult film Northern Irish sort of area became famous on the internet for being the originator of the Charlie Chaplin time traveler idea, which was years ago was sort of big in parts of the internet for like a couple of days, and now became sort of minor sort of footnote in internet history. But he's done films ever since, and I've seen all of his feature films, and I think that by accident that makes me the world's biggest George Clark fan, even though I don't love any of his films.
I reckon his family have probably seen them all.
Well, that's true, but I have copies of them all. I bought them. I spent my own money on copies of all of them. Though I gotta say, with every single film he improves, it is really, really odd. So I'm expecting within about 3 or 4 films for him to make something that I legitimately fully enjoy. So it's been fascinating watching his career.
Where did we film this one? Was this the old compound?
This is Argyll, yeah.
Okay.
And
I wonder if we'll see
Are you sure? Because
light switch.
yeah, this is Argyll, yes. But he also.
Oh, it's Omega.
oh yeah, it was back
Yeah,
when America was in America.
She's talking about the Northern Irish accent.
Oh yeah.
So how
Fun
many
fact.
years was this?
This is like 2011.
Christ! 2011!
Something like that,
We've
yeah.
been doing these for 8 years.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah. In another review, there's a scene where all the DVDs are in a circle, and Zara got me to voice Battle of the Bone. She tried to get me to do my best Derry accent. My accent has been muted because I worked in a call centre, and it only comes out when I'm excited or angry. So to make me go full-blown Irish accent, Colin intentionally made me angry just so I could voice lines for this goddamn DVD.
I don't even remember this. What did I do or say?
You prodded me about the student loans people.
Oh yeah.
That was the video prelude to Series 5 or Season 5 where all the DVDs that I'd reviewed all had a conversation. But also, okay, George Clark stuff. One guy he discovered for his film Splash Area is called Anthony Boyle. And he also appeared in his movie Onus. And he is now Scorpius Malfoy in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So I really want to see sort of outtakes from that, where it's like, "Here, Potter, you filthy mudblood. Aye." It'll be fucking amazing.
Look, some of our colourful history.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's the beginning of my little hilarious idea that every time a Northern Irish character speaks in a film, they need to be subtitled. I think it's genius, really.
No, I think it's necessary a lot of the time.
It always makes me think of the skit with the reporter and the Afghan fighters. Why does he need subtitles? I'm speaking perfect English.
There's so much running in this film, guys. I don't do it justice. Yeah! Damn right, me.
And yet you just did.
No, I didn't. I was very serious about that matter.
Yeah, right.
Oh, her. She is still in George Clark films to this day. I mean, I recently watched Onus, his newest film, and she's in it.
Oh, okay.
Probably his sister or something.
No idea.
Could they have made it more obvious that they've just come under what is essentially a decommissioned building?
That one, I'm not sure. I think that's Knockbracken. At least the exteriors, I think, are Knockbracken.
Because that is an office in flux there, because there's rubbish on the side as well.
Yeah. Though there's apparently another complex like Knockbracken, which is empty, which might be filmed in, I don't know. But Clark, one of his later films is called The Blood Harvest, which is amazing because Belfast has a bunch of serial killings going on. and they have this English guy who's a cop who came over. I don't know why you'd come to Northern Ireland to be a police officer. Maybe it's lax standards. I don't know. But he's there, but he's investigating, and he's got this reputation for being crazy because he thinks the serial killer's a vampire because they drain the blood. And so, while he's investigating, then you get these shots of this person, this crazy mask, killing people and then torturing them and murdering them. But then you discover, spoiler alert, it wasn't a vampire. They're aliens. And his partner, who's all skeptical about the whole thing, is actually the alien's father.
I would just like to return us to that unbelievably incredible car crash where he was hit in the front and then flew towards the camera face first. That's not quite how it works.
It does in Northern Ireland.
Where everyone has a gun in their butt.
There's no way you could get that kind of gun here.
Anymore. You very much could before now.
No, not even that type of gun. They got AKs and rifles because they were cheaper and easier got, harder to trace. That's an American gun.
Are you suggesting the Americans didn't send guns this way?
Yeah, but they didn't like ones that were. They wouldn't have sent ones that linked directly to their manufacturing.
We should try to avoid making this a discussion of Northern Irish political history.
Yeah, if you want that, look at my Sunset Heights review.
Yeah.
Although now I think about it, I don't think I subtitled that one. Oh well.
So how long are we in? We have no zombies yet.
Well, this guy's the first zombie because he hides his drugs in this dead body which has been left out, and then that body rises as the first zombie. Because this is the world's greatest way of how to create zombies. Random drugs in a random body. Oh, fuck you, Welshie. Okay. Say something funny.
Completely forgot about this.
What do you get if you cross a panda and I broke that joke?
I think you get a cat.
You'd be right. Aha, aha, aha.
Do you know where the stereotype of sheep fucking actually came from?
Fucking sheep.
The penalty for fucking a sheep was a lot less than the penalty for stealing a sheep. So if you were ever caught attempting to steal a sheep, they just dropped their trousers and pretended they were committing bestiality.
That's pretty funny.
You could be hanged for stealing livestock, whereas you were just fined for buggering them.
Okay. That sounds amusingly plausible.
It is true. Hello, Lucy. Hagan cat and Minion cat are roaming around the room as we do this.
I remember I was so excited first time I saw Battle of the Bun. I was like, oh man, it's a zombie film from Belfast, a Northern Irish zombie film, this is going to be amazing. And I made Teddy watch it. I'd never seen it. And there was Owen and Janelle, who were first generation Minions. They were watching it too. Were you involved with that?
Yes, I was.
And everyone was just so agog. They were flabbergasted. They were old-timey, words for that.
Half the jokes in this are mine.
Yes, also
Yeah, but that wasn't for the review though. That was the first time we watched the film after I bought it randomly.
Yeah, no, half my jokes are in here.
I remember I recently moved from Belfast back down here, so I knew the areas and just seeing all these places that I knew.
This? They're using the sound from Ring. You know the original Japanese Ring where you watch the tape and you get a phone call, it makes a noise?
Mm-hmm.
That's the noise.
But clicking.
No, the sort of the fly buzzing. No, the fly
that's
buzzing
the
sound.
Grudge.
Yeah, the one that sounds like a fly buzzing. That's the sound that they're using.
Okay. Have you seen the Grudge versus Ring film?
Not yet.
That's going to be terrible.
Well, to be fair, so was every other film Ring film after.
That's the least efficient
Zero.
way to get some. How long was he behind that curtain?
Yeah, Zero was great.
Yeah, the original Japanese Ring trilogy was awesome.
This film was shit.
My voiceover is shit.
This commentary is going to be shit.
Everything's shit.
What was the name of that other film in Belfast where it was like random thugs had martial arts training and parkour, and there was a really bad CGI fire on the bridge?
That's this.
Sure?
That's Battle of the Bone. I've only reviewed 4 Northern Irish films. There's Battle of the Bone, there's The Knackery, which was a sequel to Battle of the Bone set in a zombie game show. There was Zombie Genocide, which was filmed in Portadown, which was Romero-style zombies made in the early 90s. And there was Sunset Heights, which involved a walking corpse, though not a zombie.
Do you know, I actually remember when this was being filmed, there was a screenshot in the Derry Journal of, you know, the scene where he's trying to push the bin and there are zombies all leaning around it. I remember this being in the Derry Journal, and it'd be all like, film industry returns to Ireland. And it's just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Things have gone up a little with
We assume our film is good because it's being filmed a couple of miles away from Game of Thrones.
Aye. Things have gone definitely downhill with its Game of Thrones and its Star Wars being filmed now.
Yeah.
These were the
You know,
days.
the Star Wars set around Malin Head employed falconers.
To get rid of drones?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, the Game of Thrones has done it as well now. After the incident when they were filming, I think it was the Battle of the Bastards, or whenever Bolton was attacking Winterfell, a drone was coming over the battle scene, and they ended up having to get the guys who were dressed in gear were throwing spears and launching arrows to bring down this drone. It was Craig that was telling us about this.
Hey, that's the square in Belfast.
Yep. Oh,
There
yeah,
you
it
go.
was the CGI fire. Okay.
There was another bridge. Okay, you two know Belfast better than me. Isn't there another bridge like right beside this?
Yes, on
Yes.
the other side, both sides. There's new bridges on both sides.
Yeah, Belfast has like, how many? Like 1 million people in it? So, you know,
Oh God, no! It's only 300,000.
it's much bigger than Derry.
Oh yeah, Derry's
Derry's
only
got-
100,000.
And Derry's got 3 bridges.
Yeah,
So-
I mean that there's
Well,
there's,
to be
there's
fair,
5
you can't really
bridges.
count the Peace Bridge because that's a pedestrian bridge.
There are 5 bridges within walking distance of this.
Well, they're including pedestrian bridges in
And
this.
there's
so-
an example of one. That one's just across the way from it.
Is that the
Yeah.
one that has the weird ass fish near it?
Yep.
Aye.
Yeah, that bridge is actually very close to where the Titanic sort of stuff is built.
Yeah.
The Titanic Museum now is, and where it was built. And I remember first time I took Omega to Belfast, we walked over that bridge, and it was like, look at this, the Battle of the Bone Bridge, and she was really thrilled. Less thrilled with the wind.
But you can see in some of these background shots the other bridge.
Yeah.
The thing is, they must have had to do this like ridiculously early in the morning one summer.
Yeah. And the ridiculous amount of guys who
Yeah.
just don't want them to cross the fucking bridge. This film, there's so little in this film that makes any kind of sense. And there's only like 4 people in Northern Ireland because they randomly run into someone they know. I'm pretty sure there's more than 300,000 people in Belfast.
No.
No, it's really not that big.
There's only about 2 million in Northern Ireland total.
Oh, that's true.
It does have one of the most frustrating one-way systems in the town, though.
I mean, Belfast is pretty tight in that it's growing and encompassing some other towns, but there's not a lot of space for it to expand.
Well, I was thinking more of
It's
like,
got the
including the
sea
suburban
on one
areas
side.
as
I
well.
I can tell you, 100 years from now,
Oh yeah, okay.
100 years from now, Derry will be bigger than Belfast.
Yeah! Yeah, that's our gal.
Especially if there's a reunification. But yeah, that's our gal, definitely.
He did actually crack his elbow with that, didn't he?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I
But
think he
it
did.
was deliberately done that it would sort of fuck up, but I don't know
In
if he
one of
actually
the
hurt himself.
shots, there was basically a concrete base to that oil tank he was clambering on, and I think one time he slipped off, he cracked his elbow, and I can't remember if that's that one or if it was one of the shots that was cut.
I love the giant sort of things of sellotape that they're fighting on. it is a thing of beauty. Of course, one of the great things about being, you know, the world's largest George Clark fan by default, is that you can see him reusing sets and everything and actors. So it's almost like you've got the George Clark expanded universe.
You know what I find beautiful about this film? It's end credits.
That guy looks like Littlefinger. Although, to be fair, he looks like Littlefinger when Littlefinger was in Queer as Folk. Why did he take his fucking shirt off?
Well, why not?
It's good. That's a good answer. That's the answer that every other thing in this question. That applies to everything in this film.
Well, summer in Ireland, people take their shirts off, and that is very much a good summer's day in Ireland. It's not raining.
I hear they're killing the Orange Hall people. There was like 3 of
What
them.
a delayed reaction on her. You know, I have to say, there would not be this many people who would just scream and back away. If you know Northern Irish people, they would most likely deck someone who came running at them like that.
You know, with that in mind, it would be a great place to set a zombie movie.
Glasgow?
Exactly. You know, people fist fighting the fucking zombies, it would be great.
Or have you seen the video of the guy in Reading being hit by a bus and getting up?
Yeah!
So, you know, apparently we should set it in Reading.
No, here's the thing. He got up and walked into a bar called the Purple Turtle.
Yeah. Priorities.
I tweeted that gif, and Film Brain told me he used to actually hang around that area. And he was like, Jesus Christ, I know there.
It was like he was fucking thrown too. It was like, Jesus.
It's a very lucky man he didn't go under the wheel.
Oh, aye. This film was so fucking shit.
Somebody gotta make you see one of the later George Clark ones where he's massively improved from this. Like, Blood Harvest is demented as fuck and really entertaining. Onus is really good in the first half hour, first 45 minutes, because it's like 2 stories. The first half is good. The second half isn't as good, but it's got a good twist.
Oh look, the airsoft guns.
Yeah, and these guys,
What's with those helmets?
yeah, this is their idea of what... They got a camera! He's got a camera stretched to his gun! You gotta film the suspects, you know, they don't have body cams.
What is this, the RUC?
Yeah, apparently. Guys, the colour of the uniform's wrong.
They all got different types of hats.
Yeah.
And for the guy who has a hat.
Also, that is not a gun the Irish police are carrying.
I think the guy with the helmet is actually, I forget his name, Robert Walker, Robert something, who actually is the star of several later George Clark films. Just looking at him, it looks like him.
How did it go from dark to light?
Because George Clark. I don't know.
Also, yeah, Northern Ireland doesn't have that kind of shoot-to-kill policy.
Yeah, they really don't.
They learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Also, they just shoot it. Like, come on, guys.
If anything, this boy would have been brought down with truncheons.
Yeah, this is one of the main problems with this is they're trying to use American
tropes,
American zombie tropes in Northern Irish context, which does not work. But apparently this went down pretty well in America. It won like an award at a film festival and everything. And it got a wide release in America under the words Zombie Wars Battle of the Bone. Maybe because it's just like, oh, it's Irish, how charming. This is automatically adorable.
They did actually have... That is was an old newscaster on one of the biggest channels in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
They got to do that.
I want to know who's taking this footage.
Evidently it was CCTV, but...
Well, the one with the zombies, but you know, attacking people though.
Well, with the prevalence of GoPros these days, it's only a matter of time.
That is very true. You know, at the time, the best excuse was that there was actually the camera head from Hellraiser 3.
This just happens to happen on the day we've got March.
Yeah. That's why the origin route, there was all this stuff. That's why the bridge, one of the bridges was blocked and everything. There was trouble. It was middle of riding season.
They've just filmed it when the bridge was on fire. Which probably would have been easier.
Yeah.
I'm liking how you can automatically tell between stock footage and footage that they took for the film.
Yeah.
Oh, this is off by Victoria Square.
Victoria Square wasn't open at this time.
Yeah, so I'd never actually been over this part of Belfast until then. Because I had no reason to do so.
I'm genuinely surprised she managed to get that clear of a picture on a flip phone from that distance.
She has magical powers.
I miss flip phones.
So do I.
Possibly because she's more highly evolved than everyone else because she's English. That's why she's the only one who doesn't speak with subtitles.
I do miss flip phones though. It's just not as satisfying to hang up with the
It's not a Star Trek.
smartphone. You know, that line, Jesus.
That shot.
See, this isn't very Northern Irish because they have baseball bats, but they're not studded.
Aye.
Also, hurley bats.
Yeah, hurley bats are awesome, especially ones with metal plating.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I actually wrote a Irish sort of zombie-ish film which featured someone using a metal plated hurley bat just because I'd never seen one in a film before.
Well, you
Obviously
say
never-
metal plated, you mean metal banded?
Yeah,
That's-
it's got one side of it's metal.
No.
Hmm?
They only have a band of metal around the thing to keep it
This
together.
one, whenever I was a kid, one of my friend's family had one which was metal plating on one side of it. The
Oh.
whole thing. I don't think it was used professionally or
I
anything.
seriously doubt it because that would be illegal.
Yeah, that's what. But a killer weapon for a horror film, though.
Yeah, look up a hurley bat. If you don't know what we're talking about.
The guy was garroted with barbed wire. Clearly, you know, Northern Irish are just hardcore.
Well, there is an abundance of barbed wire randomly lying around in Belfast, apparently. Oh look, there's a scene of Fireman Sam.
Well, this is near Victoria Square as well.
See, I recognise a few of these places, but I couldn't for the life of you tell me where they are.
Oh, this one, in this sequence, I think they go on the rooftop, and there's you can see where Victoria Square
Right,
will be.
that's bullshit. That street is never fucking empty. And neither is that car park.
Especially, there's Victoria Square's dome.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still just being finished.
Do you know my dad put the lights on the top of that?
Oh. That's cool. Yeah, this is the car park beside the multi-story beside Victoria Square.
Yeah,
Yeah, High Street.
we were in there recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone in a comment, I think it was on Channel Awesome, but it might have been on Blip, actually thought that the Left 4 Dead sounds that I added to this sequence were in the original film.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's really not going to work at all.
Yeah.
Should have turned it on its side. So
It is on its side. It's just a
No.
small fucking bin.
No, because they've got it all still on its wheels. Turn it on their side as in, so it's not on wheels.
It'd be very hard to tip one of those though.
Oh, here's where it goes all take on me. I actually like the film when it looks like this. It looks far better. I mean, okay, it doesn't look better, but it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Especially like this. They should have filmed the whole film like this.
I think that would have made people sick though.
Like this has been filmed in a room with white walls and white carpeting and everything. It's been, you can see the sheeting and everything. But if they done it like that, it would have been stylistic as fuck. Of course, if they'd done it like that the whole time, I probably would have complained the entire review about it. But it's a nice change of pace. Oh, look, there's Warhammer Mike.
Yeah, our circle of friends has too many Michaels, so it got to the point where they just ended up starting being called Mike, and then their defining attribute. So you had Warhammer Mike, you had McClune, you had Board Game Mike.
Symbolism!
Fuck I.
How do you kill a zombie by stabbing him under his armpits? They didn't even put it through his body.
Is that the steps of the courthouse?
Possibly.
I'd imagine not. I wouldn't be allowed to film that in the steps of courthouse.
I lied there. Northern Ireland, it was not Northern Ireland's first zombie film. It was Northern Ireland's second zombie
You
film.
didn't lie, you just didn't know at the time.
This is true. I discovered a copy of Zombie Genocide. I discovered it in multiple parts on YouTube. I had to extract each copy and then stitch them together in my editing machine in order to make a full-length version for me to review from. But while Zombie Genocide is not available on DVD, you can buy a Zombie Genocide poster from Amazon. And I tell you, I'm very close. Every time I see it, I'm very close to buying it.
Yeah, I think this was a thug film with a subplot of zombies.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how much Belfast has actually changed in 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the shops you've seen there, they aren't there anymore. This shopping centre here is now gone. The only thing that's left of it is the car park.
Yeah.
That is a mental health institute that's now closed. It was where they had the hospital.
Generation X.
Still
Do you
Generation X.
still mark as Generation X?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The you want to see truly amazing how things have changed? Check out the Sunset Heights review, because that's going from like 1997 Derry to now.
Oh Jesus,
Yeah.
Fuck,
Anyway,
this
guys.
town has changed a lot this year.
Anyway, guys. See you shortly for the next review.
Yeah, it's a stupid fucking fish.
Or not, if you don't want to. That's cool too.
Yeah, I can't make you.
Hey, it's better than the butt plug that's in Belfast.
Yeah.
With many butt plugs.
These sculptures, and I swear to fuck, they are just butt plugs.
Yeah, they're meant to look like boys or whatever. But they, oh, Jesus Christ, they look like butt plugs.
They're maritime boys.
Yeah, I was driving to Belfast with Amanda, Omega, and I'd never seen them before, and I looked over and I was like, holy crap, look at the butt plugs. And
I remember you said it very loudly in the bus.
Yes,
and a lot of people turned around to look at you. And by extension, me.
There was the really irritated middle-class woman who was very offended. It's not my fault they look like butt plugs.
Anyway, the video's over. We shall continue this later.